My Hero Academia, 10 Best Internships, Ranked. UA students learn a lot from interning with pro heroes, but some students got more out of their internships than others. My Hero Academia's main characters are pro heroes in training. And everyone in classes 1A and 1B had the opportunity to intern with a pro hero to get much needed experience and learn how real heroes operate. The internships took place not long after the UA Sports Festival, during which many pro heroes scouted students. Izuku and his classmates interned with an impressive variety of pro heroes, though some of those heroes taught their young charges more than others did. Izuku and a few other students learned a lot, while other students accomplished little. 10. Minoru Mineta learned nothing from Empty Lady. At first, the pervy student Minoru Mineta was thrilled to accept an internship with the powerful and beautiful Empty Lady, but he was quickly disappointed. Empty Lady is shockingly lazy and she's not actively fighting on the streets, and it seemed that she didn't teach Minoru much about the hero business. Instead, Empty Lady slacked off and had Minoru do her housework. And Minoru understandably grumbled to himself about this unwanted twist. Minoru isn't the most likable kid, but even he deserved a more constructive internship than this. 9. Eijiro Kirishima Tetsu learned to fear fourth kind. Eijiro Kirishima fancies himself a man's man, and he and his counterpart and rival, Tetsu, hope to learn much from fourth kind and prove themselves. Fourth kind was a strict teacher, and he wasn't afraid to give both boys a whack on the head. Eijiro and Tetsu spent time picking up trash and other manual labor jobs. Learning that being a hero isn't always about punching burglars and showing off to the press. It wasn't a glamorous internship, but it was reasonable. 8. Katsuki Bakugo clashed with Best Jeanist. The fierce Katsuki Bakugo has a bad attitude, but not even he could intimidate the pro hero Best Jeanist. In fact, Best Jeanist tamed Bakugo by forcing a modest hairstyle on him, showing off Best Jeanist's salon skills. Bakugo was hardly recognizable with this new hairdo. Bakugo didn't necessarily learn a lot from this internship, but at least his mentor was a powerful and responsible pro hero. And it was deeply amusing to see Eijiro and Hantashiro react to Bakugo's odd new hairstyle in class. 7. Momo Yaoyorozu Itsuka Kendo got exposure with Iwabumi. Momo Yaoyorozu and Itsuka Kendo, despite being from rival classes, get along well, and they intern together with the pro hero Iwabumi, a lady with snakes in her hair. Momo was a bit disappointed to realize that Iwabumi wasn't going to teach her combat moves. Iwabumi isn't much of a fighter. She specializes in search and rescue instead. An exemplary support hero who saves lives every day. She is also a model for commercials, and she invited Momo and Itsuka to act with her in a commercial. At least the public knows Momo's and Itsuka's faces and hero names for future reference. 6. Tenya Ida interned with Manual. Tenya Ida is a melee combat hero, and while he is a great student and a fine leader, he still needs real-life experience, so he interned with the pro hero Manual to learn a thing or two. Tenya was still recovering from his battle with the hero killer Stain, and it weighed heavily on his mind. Manual the hero was flattered that Tenya chose him for an internship. But Manual also had to advise Tenya against pursuing grudges as a pro hero. Tenya must put his duty first, and leave arrests and punishment to the police and courts. Tenya's job is to fight and rescue people. Nothing more. 5. Ochiko learned CQC from Gunhead. Ochiko Uraraka fought well in the sports festival, but she soundly lost to Katsuki Bakugo, which inspired her to train hard and add new skills to her repertoire. So, she honed her melee combat skills by accepting an internship with the pro hero Gunhead. That was a good movie, and it paid off just as Ochako hoped it would. She learned close-quarters combat and put those new skills to use against the villainous Himiko Toga in the forest training camp. Ochako won't forget these vital skills anytime soon. 4. Kyoka Jiro got solid experience with Death Arms. Kyoka Jiro calls herself Earphone Jack, the sonic hero who can hear anyone through walls and floors. She has confidence in her quirk. But she also needs experience, so that's exactly what she racked up during her internship with the pro hero Death Arms. Kyoka fought well as a support hero during a hostage situation, helping her boost her confidence further and giving her a chance to practice interacting with civilians in need. A pro hero must be more than a fighter, they must also be charismatic and help set people's hearts at ease during a disaster. 3. Fumikage Tokoyami interned with Hawks. The highly talented Fumikage Tokoyami knows better than to coast on his powerful Dark Shadow quirk, especially since he is acutely aware of Dark Shadow's drawbacks. So, Fumikage interned with another bird-themed hero, the Mighty Hawks, and rapidly grew as a student hero. Fumikage gained vital experience fighting in the field with Hawks, and he also learned some new moves with Dark Shadow, which he employed against Class 1B in the joint training exercise. Fumikage also put on a lot of muscle during this internship. 2. Tsuyu Azui had a real adventure on her internship with Selkie. The frog hero Tsuyu Azui had such an exciting internship, her adventure was an entire filler episode on its own. At first, Tsuyu's internship involved maintaining and cleaning Selkie's boat, and even Sirius admitted that it was dull work. But then the action started. The villainous Innsmouth tricked and trapped Selkie. So it fell to Tsuyu to bravely chase after the villains and keep them busy until Selkie could arrive to finish the job. Tsuyu was a star, and Selkie and Sirius were impressed. Tsuyu would serve with Selkie again in the future, along with Ochako and Nijire Hado. 1. Izuku made serious progress with Gran Torino. Being the main protagonist, Izuku's internship was the most productive, exciting, and lengthy of the ones shown in My Hero Academia. And it paid off enormously. Izuku's internship was with the retired hero Gran Torino, who had once trained All Might himself, so Izuku was definitely going to learn a lot. And he did. Izuku had been struggling with One for All until now, but Gran Torino's insightful and intuitive instructions allowed Izuku to rethink how he uses One for All and its immense power. Izuku learned to jump rapidly around with the full cowling technique, and he learned to spread One for All's power evenly across his body to avoid excess strain. That made all the difference.